Next action item, local advisory committee appointment. So this is for the health center advisory committee. So we need a motion to discuss the committee appointments.
So moved. Support.
Okay, so we have a motion and support. So with that, I know there hasn't really been a lot of talk amongst. I do have some sheets that I will pass out. These are some names that I would like to propose to the board. So as you can see, I've got the names listed here. I've got whether or not they have children in the district and why I think that we should add them to the advisory council. So I guess a motion that I would like to make is to consider this slate of people to the advisory council.
I thought we were looking at more than just 2 people from the community.
So we can add up to 3. So we can add up to 3 parents or community members. Now, one of the staff members that I have on this list, is also a parent of students in the district. So I have a motion, or I made a motion. We do need a second on that for us to discuss this.
Support.
Okay, so we have a motion and support. So now we can get into the discussion of the list that I gave out to the board.
Well, I thought that this was going to be a board decision overall because...
It is, that's what we're doing.
No, this is a board decision of 2 names from a list out of like 12 that were interested in doing and serving. We had talked at 2 previous board meetings about having everybody come together at this meeting to learn more about candidates, and then either maybe even interview at a special meeting if need be. What I see is you just used once again your position to throw some names on here that you like. I think that is very shady. It's definitely not transparent. And I disagree with your method of doing this. This is very unprofessional. And that's nothing against the names that are on here. It's about the process once again.
So so just to clarify, we had a meeting with Brett and I walked through the health center, and we had a meeting with Julie Tacko. One of the requests that we got from Julie was, can we please get this advisory council done at this meeting so that we can get a council meeting scheduled by the end of this month, first week of December.
Well, that would have been nice to hear other than sitting at this table right now. How long ago was that walkthrough?
It was last week.
Okay, when last week?
Tuesday.
Okay, that leaves Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You had 3 days after that to communicate your plan.
I got it.
Or your idea.
I got it.
So once again.
Again, I'm not going to have this conversation through email or anything else. That's why we're here. We are here to do this.
You could have called, you could have done anything.
I got it.
Yeah, that's shitty.
That goes both ways. Right?
I sent everybody a message that this is not what we discussed in the 2 previous meetings. It was your choice. It was your choice not to respond. We did not
make a decision that we were going to do interviews. I see no reason to do interviews for this, quite honestly.
So this is your choice.
I am saying I don't see a reason to do interviews. You can vote no, Rob. This is a board of 7 people that all 7 people have a voice.
Yes, okay. All 7 of us have a voice, don't we? We just don't have the vote. right?
You have a vote.
Okay.
You have a vote.
So you're not even going to include the list of people that I would recommend for this position?
This is our discussion time.
I don't see any of those names on here. I only see the names that you put.
This is the list of people that I am asking for.
Okay. Continue.
I am putting this out in front of the
I
board.
don't know why I'm wasting my time anyway.
Any-
Well, I mean, I know why I'm doing it, but I also don't know why I'm doing it.
Any discussion on this list? Do we want to change this list?
Are we limited to just this, or can we add? Is there a problem with adding one?
We can have up to 3 parents or community members. We can have up to 3, let's see, parents or community members. The board shall also appoint parents or guardians, and will appoint up to 3 school or community representatives, one of whom will be a board officer or the superintendent. So we could add, there is room on here to add a staff member. There is room on here to add another parent on here, parent or guardian.
Can we read this with the reasons to add?
Sure.
With the names as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
so we have, and forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Heather Allergy. Reasons, she's a first responder and firefighter. Sarah Ratterink, works in the medical field for Colwell Health. Kevin Aiken, middle school principal. Jamie Pressler, recommended by Kevin and part of our anti-trafficking program. Danette Obanoff as board officer. I think it's a well-rounded group myself.
Okay.
We don't know the rest of the people that were asking to be part of it.
Yeah, there were several other names.
This is not public comment time, folks.
Let me look at my email. Give me a minute.
I guess, first of all, does anybody, should we discuss, do we have a problem with any of these names on the list?
Sure. That is what
I don't
the discussion
I don't
is.
really know all of them. That was part of the reason why I'm having a conversation. I don't know what world you live in, but the world I live in, usually when you have a board or a committee or something you put together, you kind of want to know who you're putting on there, not just names.
I personally don't want to make a decision just by looking at somebody's name. I would like to find out a little bit more about them. Because I personally don't know a few of these people that are listed on this list. So it's kind of hard to make a decision when you don't even know who the person is.
Agreed. And this is what I said, in my email, with the lack of information and direction, I feel the best way to gauge the list of candidates is to put an emphasis on individuals that have some sort of medical experience. So I'm glad you have that. So I put in Becky Kruger because she's a counselor and then also works in the district. Hilda and Laura because they have been a part of the committee for forever. And then looking at other community members, Mary Brown works in the medical profession as well. So those were the 4 names I threw out there, which I don't see any of those making any sort of list that you've handed out. But that's really all I have to say. I mean, it was an opportunity to be transparent and to show the community that we're a board who works together, not gets this list last minute, 0 communication, and then we're handed what you recommend as board president at the meeting itself. That's just
So
poor,
Rob, I'm just going to stop you because everybody got all the emails of all the names, everybody's information. You have the same exact information that I have.
which is next to nothing.
Got it. Okay? However, this has been delayed long enough. When did we sign the contract? We signed the contract in September, right?
Yeah, and whose fault is that?
We signed the contract in September.
Please don't try to lecture me on
I'm not-
delays or
Listen.
stalling on anything. You can't just say that. I really don't care.
Okay, good. Any other comments or discussion about this? Are there names that we want to add?
I just
I'm
listed
not
off
making,
4.
I'm not making the decision. This is my recommendation. We can go with it or we don't have to. That is fine.
Can we add Mary Brown to this?
Could we add Mary Brown? We could.
She's a clinical type person, or I should say, she's a surgery tech.
And has kids in the
And
district.
has kids in the school district. We interviewed her, she did a great job. Can we add her to this? And that would be as our another parent?
If the board wants to add Mary to the list, that is up to the board. That's not my choice.
I'm comfortable with it. That'd be the up to 3 anyways, so.
So, does the clinic have, is it a 50/50, how many we have on, they have on?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so explain that.
So the family health care, they make up half of the clinic, or half of the committee. So however many people we put on here, again, we can do up to 3. So we can add one more, again, well, I guess actually we can add one more person to this list to still be within the parameters of the contract, yes. So that would have to be another community member parent, yes.
I'm happy with Mary Brown added to that list. I also agree with Kevin and Jamie and Jeanette, sure, put Jeanette there. The other 2, I really don't know. So it's hard for me to say, yeah, they'd be perfect candidates.
Well,
I mean, Sarah Raderink to me would probably be a better fit because of, working in the medical field. Not so sure about Heather, and again, that's nothing against anybody. I don't know enough about them to make an informed decision, which I feel like as a board, we want to make informed decisions.
So we have a motion to add Mary, and we have a second to add Mary. Is that,
Yes.
am I understanding that?
I second it.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to add Mary. Okay, so do we want to vote on this? So I'm asking, do we want to vote on this list including Mary? Or do we just want to vote on adding Mary to this list and then we vote on the list? I'm going to leave it up to you guys.
I would say vote on the list with Mary on it.
Yeah.
Vote on the-
second it.
Vote on the list with Mary, okay. All right. So we have a motion and a second to approve this list with Mary Brown added. All right. Any discussion on that then? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, motion passes.